a very happy birthday in commemoration of Dr. Hamer, who is in heaven now, showering his blessings on us who are taking his science forward for the welfare of the humanity. I first of all thank Dr. Gayathri Devi because it is her enthusiasm only that resulted in such a sudden organizing of a seminar of this sort. I was just sending or inviting your suggestions regarding conducting similar seminars, but suddenly just a surprise, and it was a glad thing that Gayathri Devi took it up and she organized in such a very fast manner. And I thank her once again. I welcome all of you to this webinar, which we will try to make it a solemn tribute to honorable soul of Dr. Hamer. When we celebrate somebody's birthday, it is very customary, or it is quite good that we remember some of the salient features of his life history. Today, one member or organizer, Dr. Archana, has posted a life history of Hamer today in our GNM India groups. And I hope all of you have once again gone through those things. What are important is that as most of you people are, I believe, homeopaths, many of you are followers of the predictive homeopathy. And as in the case of Dr. Hahnemann, Dr. Hamer was sent by God to save the humanity in this sort of difficult days. That is what we believe, an avatar to rescue or save the humanity from a difficult situation, similar difficult situation, never-ending hardships given to the people in the name of medical science. And he had to come to this world to give us a new medicine, which will remain as the lighthouse of or a hope for the future and the present humanity. As Dr. Hamer said, GNM is the only space available for the future generations where people can remain free from the scare of diseases. And this freedom means a lot of things in this current world. I need not say anything about that because each one of you, not only us, but each and every one of the people in this world are suffering only because of, as we strongly believe, an old medicine, which says unscientific things in the name of science. And it is our duty to tell to the world, first of all, to conceive, to understand it as the science of the new medicine, hope for the future. And it is our duty, of course, to spread it to our near and dear ones, our family members, and all the people in this world. I need not explain the difficult situations through which each one of you are passing through. Our practice is affected, patients' health is affected, economy is affected. In all the ways, they are put in difficult hardships, which we cannot explain sufficiently well. Still, as Caroline, our teacher, always says, this is not a time for confrontational arguments by which we will make others understand that this is the true science. In this sort of difficult situations, it's not possible and it is not expected from us also. When we remain in a very strong mentality or attitude, and that will be observed by people around us, or family members will start slowly understanding what we speak about. And it is only way that is feasible, or that is only the way that is workable in the future time to come. And therefore, it is our duty, first of all, to be convinced about these science. And to become convinced about the science, we need a thorough understanding of the 5 biological laws of nature, which are the foundation of German new medicine. I need not, because all of you are already in the GNM India groups, I hope. If anybody is not yet a member who has come as a guest, he or she is requested to be a member of GNM India by simply sending a request message to my number, or to the admins, showing his full name, profession and address, with a request letter, request message. And also you are requested to go through the website www.learninggnm.com, which is authored by my teacher, or our teacher, Caroline Marcolin, who is a direct disciple of Dr. Hamer. And she has published several of her videos in YouTube and in other channels. And that also you are expected to watch and understand the 5 biological laws. Recently, you know, since March beginning, we are having a YouTube channel by the name GNM India, and already some 10 videos are uploaded, and you are all requested to watch them, share them, like them, and subscribe them. Coming to few thoughts about Dr. Hamer's life history. What is relevant for us today is that you know that Hamer, only because he became convinced about the irrelevance or unscientificity or wrong teachings of the so-called established medicine or conventional medicine, which he called old medicine. Just like Dr. Hahnemann called the conventional medicine as allopathy, Hamer gave it a new term and called it by the name old medicine. It is for each and every one of us to understand that after this COVID business, we will be acknowledging that science which made the humanity suffer a lot with the name old medicine. And we should take a pledge that we will prove that this is the new medicine. And it may appear strange, it may appear that whenever we speak truth, we speak with the 100% conviction that it is truth. But it is not possible for others to accept until and unless they understand the 5 biological laws and put the whole scenario of the health of an individual in healthy state, in sickness, or in the disease state, so-called disease state, and in cure state. And we can very well put man in this framework and understand what is happening within him with the 5 biological laws. So when he was publicizing it or telling to other people, he was tortured like anything. And you must be knowing all these incidences where his medical license to practice was withheld. He was put under jail, remand for so long a period. He was chased to different countries, and finally he was not even allowed to die in his own country. And he had a very sad and isolated death in Norway, and his body only was taken to his own land, Germany, Erlangen, where he was buried. And this shows one thing, or I wanted to remind you that holding truth is always a challenge. and it may put you in difficult situations, and you have to take that challenge, even though not very openly, because it again brings difficulties to each one of us, because we are not becoming a doctor, a medical practitioner, or took up this karma of treating people only to go to jail or anything like that. Our duty is to learn. Our duty is to acquire knowledge, and that knowledge should not put us individual as a person in difficult situations where we believe that we were living in a democratic, free land, but very often we will experience such difficult situations when we will be doubtful whether we are in a free land or not. And such are the experiences each and every one of you are facing today. And it can be overcome, or it can be shortened with the right knowledge and right understanding of what is health, what is disease, especially what is disease, etc. Since this was a very suddenly organized one, I am speaking randomly without any much preparation. I didn't get in time to prepare because I thought I don't need any preparation to talk to you about GNM, because that is a conviction which cannot be erased from my mind, and that will remain as a conviction. And therefore, it is under this framework that each one of the cases that we take up in the clinic is studied, understood, treated, and given relief. And therefore, there is no doubt that this is the truth. And because you are all homeopaths, I should say one thing more, and don't take much strain to make our homeopathic colleagues to understand or to make them believe that, because they means including us. I'm telling, including each one of us, we are all in a very difficult, humiliating situation, because we homeopaths were believing that this is the most scientific, most human science that we are practicing, but governments, both in the center and in the states, are not at all giving due recognition for our science, and we are humiliated to the least or the maximum levels. And even in this catastrophe, also we are hopeful that in India, a lot of work are being done by the homeopathic fraternity, and homeopathy also will be accepted. Once they are out of this calamity or the crisis of, they are all in the war front, trying to establish the relevance and scope of homeopathy. So it is not a right time to speak about GNM even to our homeopathy. That is my belief. And therefore, a time will come after this COVID or Corona business, where we will be getting sufficient opportunities to prove that, yes, with the foundation of GNM, we can be a better homeopath. Because just as we had HIV AIDS business for 35 long years, the humanity was suffering. Its glamour is now faded, and now they have brought a pandemic, so-called a pandemic. About the plans and all, we are not 100% sure what all things are happening behind all this curtain, and therefore we are waiting for a time when we will be able to speak more strongly, more loudly, so that only GNM will be the foundation of medicine, and all other modalities, whether it is Ayurveda or homeopathy or any other Ayush systems will be founded very strongly on this GNM foundation, and then everything becomes clear. What came to my mind now is that when I talked about the HIV/AIDS business, there's no guarantee that once the glamour of this COVID or so-called corona is over, it may take some 20, 35 years, then there is still an opportunity for them to bring in another pandemic of a similar intensity and similar grave nature. And therefore, we have to establish medicine. We have to establish the healthcare in a strong foundation, and at least we, more than 2,500 people are there in our GNM India groups. We should first and for all, we have to remain very strongly founded, or we have convinced about the truthfulness of these 5 biological laws, which will surely enable us to bring people who are given under our care to a better health. It's not better health, real health. Always I feel that the so-called old medicine is not only teaching people or doing conspiracies, not only in the case of infectious diseases, they are there in all cases. No, the cancer, as Dr. Hamer said, with cancer, nobody will die. But with the fear of cancer or scare of cancer, everybody may die. What about heart attack and heart diseases? The truth is not what they speak. The cholesterol business, hypertension business, diabetes business, these are all nonsense, because people are not allowed to understand what exactly is diabetes, what exactly is hypertension, what exactly is kidney disease, what exactly is liver disease. Like that, people are wrongly given an understanding, just like infectious diseases cases. Now everybody is after this COVID and corona business. But the truth is that except the trauma cases or the poisoning cases or the real malnutrition cases, which Hamer says they are not caused by a psychic shock, which we say a DHS. All other cases. So when we look on this in a whole scenario of health, we have to convince, or we have to understand that the 10% of the present day medical care is only to be borne or to be given responsibility to this old medicine from now onwards. So much should be your strength in the days to come, and I expect that all of you will come up to that expectation and you will lead the world, because so many youngsters are there. They are to take up this baton and carry forward this knowledge. We have to teach others, we have to become teachers, and we have to make this known not only in India but sometimes the whole world, because very often that was our conclusion, that India can be the hub of GNM in the world. Or when we were in Hyderabad, uh, they were telling that Hyderabad can be the hub of GNM. Anyway, all our seminars in Hyderabad were very successful, and the last one which we had at Nagpur was still more successful with participation, cooperation, and the standard of deliberations that we had there. And all these seminars, at least the Delhi seminar, Hyderabad 2 seminars, and Nagpur seminars will be uploaded in YouTube, and your duty is to subscribe to that channel. Your duty is to share this knowledge, because it runs up to about 1 hour, and this 1 hour is an education, because our channel or our videos are not for simply jokes or just to make more visitors or viewers. Our aim is to educate, and therefore we will strongly abide by the principle that this is an educational forum. It's a learning session and learning group, and that is why I have told earlier also in seminars, the international team of teachers who are under the guidance and leadership of Dr. Caroline. They are known as LGNM team, not GNM teachers or anything like that. He or she wants us to be known as international team, to be known as LGNM team, Learning GNM team. So my dream or our dream for the future activities in India is similar to that, that we will evolve or develop more strong teachers, and in future they will be teaching GNM in the banner of GNM India. And therefore it is, we have got no time to waste because we are in lockdown. We have to be at home enjoying all silly videos and like that. We have to spend maximum time possible for learning GNM. A full-fledged GNM seminar on our website is there available free for you. Never forget the address www.learninggnm.com. One more thing I want to remind you is that after the onset of this lockdown or COVID business, we in the international level started support meetings that is being conducted every 2 weeks. And all of you are requested, because that will give a direct listening to our guide and teacher, Dr. Caroline, because she takes up conflicts one after another. We had discussions about anger, territorial anger business, and we had isolation conflict. Now, like that. Now we are going to meet in 23rd of next Saturday, 23rd of May. The topic will be how to manage the territorial loss conflict, because there are some in the case of Kerala, from where I am talking, in the case of Kerala itself, about 120 or so persons died outside India. In Kerala, the death toll is only 3. So many people die outside India. All of them die because of the cardiac arrest. So nobody knows why COVID is associated with the coronary artery disease. Only we GNM India people know that it is not because of any cholesterol high level or blockage theory. That blockage theory is totally out of the scene when GNM came, because it is a very deep territorial loss. For example, you know what happens to the people who lost their jobs, their income, their status. They were enjoying a Gulf life, for example. In there are a lot of people, Malayali, Kerala people, working outside India, not only in Gulf countries, mostly in Gulf countries, but all countries, all European countries, all American countries, all West Asian countries, East Asian countries. Everywhere we had a lot of Indians working. All of them are going to suffer from this territorial loss once they come back to home without any job, any surveillance facilities, survival facilities, etc. They are good. So that also we should understand why. And the pathology, so-called, what are things, whatever happens in the life of a COVID patient, so-called positive cases, are all manipulated, all dying because of the comorbidities, so-called. They are all included under the heading, under the head of COVID. The other day, you must have seen from Dr. Sajini from UK, who's posted. And that case was discussed in our support meetings. Even a child who was not allowed to walk or run and play in the mud and the land outside his house suffered from COVID toss. They called it COVID toss. It was simply a skin affection because that child was not allowed to play. Similarly, any pathology, let it be the pulmonary problem, let it be the cardiac problem, let it be pneumonia, let it be any other, all due to the conflicts that are likely to be suffered by a person who is stamped as a COVID positive. And I am not talking much about the test mechanisms. It is all rubbish because it is not at all giving anything dynamic importance. They are all tested and only to make the people who are tested, because it's a randomized selection of testing persons. The whole population is not tested, and here and there, and out of them who are tested also, many are not ever exposed to people who are COVID positive patients. They are all to be inquired about. They are all to be questioned in the future. And I hope a time will come when we will be able to ask concrete, substantial questions. And in order to raise questions, we have to, our primary aim is not to raise questions, but we will have to meet with such situations. Then also we have to be thorough with the knowledge of GNM, and I invite all of you to the learning of GNM, and I wish all of you very safe, because I don't have any doubt regarding the safety of GNM India members. Only thing what remains is to keep your firm belief in this science and remain healthy. Keep your family members, your near and dear ones healthy, and continue with your practice based on the GNM. And if you are a homeopath, and you have to be a better homeopath with the knowledge of GNM. I wish all of you great success in life, happy living, safe stay, and all my best wishes. Now I hope
Yes.
over to Dr. Gayathri.
Yes. Yes, friends. As I have said, it is only the beginning. It is a small initiation taken by GNM Hyderabad chapter. GNM India should become an hub. Friends, it gives me immense happiness. Once again, I see on my screen there are 70 plus people who have joined in this short notice. Really, it's so nice, isn't it? Are you all with me? Learning GNM, the subject is such a super thing that friends, we are not in physical presence, but always we are together as health providers and as doctors in the society. Here, let me say one thing. Who is not emotional and who is conflict free? Am I correct? Who is not emotional? Everyone are emotional, and every person at any point of life is always suffers with an conflict, be it a little, small, or big. It makes no difference. Friends, Dr. Varghese has given us a very sweet, small insight about it. As I have told, I have just taken an initiation today because I know many of the people in all the groups are unhappy with my decision because I have given them a short notice. But as I have told, today is the auspicious day and birthday of Ryke Geerd Hamer. So I thought this would be the wonderful day to start the webinar. Okay, are you all with me? Please, some smile at least, so that
Yes.
I can feel. Thank you. So I can feel that what I have done is absolutely correct. And one more thing I would say, friends, as in our drugs, we have two basic drugs, cactus and bryant, which are emotionless drugs. But still, in cactus we see heart attacks and all. So no one is emotional. Every person is emotional, be it small or big. Everyone is suffering with something or the other conflict. The only purpose of me to start GNM in Hindi too is, as Dr. Varghese already knows, to reach many people in India, because we have more population, Hindi speaking population live around the regional language. Okay, so I hope all my GNM participants are with me and GNM lovers are with me. Another point which Dr. Varghese said, definitely GNM will rule one day, but the knowledge of GNM should be very nicely understood, and for this every one of you should support and come forward to teach the people. Now I would request all the members, whoever have questions, please raise your hand. I will unmute them. Okay? It is a tribute to Ryke Geerd Hamer, and everyone can ask their questions, can pose their questions. Yes? Bhutada sir. Yes? Dr. Bhutada sir. Actually, we were in a plan since COVID started and we were all house locked. We wanted to conduct a seminar, a webinar to reach you all. But at last today, Ryke Geerd Hamer has gone into my brain, telling, yes, you do it. You can do it. Get connected. Yes. Dr. Bhutada Satyanarayan sir, would you please throw some light?
Good afternoon to all. It is very happy occasion to me that a short notice of our conversation yesterday, and today I am seeing the happiness with all our faces, GNM group, all doctors. Dr. Varghese has given the time for the inauguration of this webinar, and hope in future we will continue this learning GNM with webinar scheduled lectures. We'll find out the time and place how we can spread this knowledge to the world. I thanks one and all for connecting this webinar. I sincerely request our members to participate, give their doubts, share their cases, what they are getting the results, fantastic result with this, and be a part of our GNM moments. Thanks one and all, organizer and my dear Dr. Gayathri, where she has done a wonderful job in the short period of time, short hours of time. This is the group chapter Hyderabad, GNM chapter Hyderabad is always with us. Thanks one and all. Good luck.
Yes. Is anyone ready to pay the tribute to Hamer sir along with a short word? Dr. Vashish sir. Yes.
So here is a question. Can
Yes,
you hear
sir?
me? There is a question from Rohini. How should people be told not to fear as the lockdowns are being lifted? Fear among people are increasing. So this question and the answer she expects only is applicable for those people who are not at all aware of GNM. So those who are already within the knowledge of GNM has got nothing to fear because of reasons already explained. Today also it is posted in the GNM India group. If Rohini is not a member, she is again requested to be a member. Now, next part of the question is that how to make people or how to tell people not to fear. I tell you, Rohini, there is no meaning in telling a person who is ready to be afraid. We cannot make people, hey, don't fear, don't fear, don't fear. It is in that case, only homeopathy can save, because our medicines are acting in that level only and without giving. And that is why I have told, I remember, I told, because when I was concluding the seminar in Nagapur, the announcement or the knowledge of this present virus already was there from China. And I said that every time arsenic is being given, those homeopaths know that arsenic has got the fear of infection, fear of death, fear of isolation, fear of microbes. So all these are covered by arsenic, and therefore arsenic is a good selection for removing this thing. There is no meaning. That is what I am saying. Hey, don't fear, don't fear, don't fear that. If anybody is observing your strength, and what is the reason or what is the secret behind your strength, behind your unscared or very bold approach to the patients, approach to the world, then you can explain. Unless and until somebody asks for such as clarification, it is meaningless to encroach upon their freedom of thought, freedom of intelligence, intellectual freedom we call. Because this is not happening in an intellectual field. It is a psychic level change, transformation, because this intellect is acting in the superficial level. The conviction about the truthfulness of GNM is in a psychic level, subconscious level. It is a part of our, those who are already attending this seminar, I know, those who are already in it, know the subjects. There is no doubt for them, and therefore there is not even a speck of confusion regarding the truthfulness, and therefore they cannot be. I'm not saying you should go out from the lockdown when the government imposes these things on it. You should not wear a mask. These are not things which I'm telling, because these are the rules of the land you have to follow. But a time will come when you will have to make that these are all nonsensical things. And a time will come when you will be forced to take vaccinations. A time may come without vaccinations, you may not be able to get a flight ticket. You may not be able to get your child admitted in hospital to get a train ticket, etc. So such madness is going on around us, and let us be strong first, and then our strength will gradually percolate to the society and the people around us. That is the only way out from this. We cannot make them fearless, because that is a futile attempt. Okay?
Yes, it is 100% true what you have said, Varghese. Like we have been seeing step by step. It all started, the COVID started with fright, then the separation conflict, then the isolation conflict, and now definitely the territorial conflict. How a disease starts and what emotion disturbs the person. Nothing can explain better than our GNM, right? With this, any more questions from anyone? I request, if you have any questions, please raise your hand in the left side box of your chat. Any questions would you like to pose?
Dr. Vashish, please.
Yeah, Dr. Vashish, sir. Dr.
Happy
Vashish,
things, Dr. Vashish, Dr. Buddhada are there, our guardians.
Yeah, Hyderabad chapter contains of Dr. Satyanarayana Bhutada sir, Dr. Vashish sir, Dr. Asif sir, Dr. Gayathri Devi, and Dr. Srinivas Gupta. We are together for GNM.
As if he's present.
Nee, Asif sir has some Zoom thing. I couldn't reach, his phone was constantly.
Dr. Vashish was there earlier.
Ramdan.
Yeah,
No?
Vashish sir was there. He raised, but now, sir, no. Right. Any
Other
questions? Any questions, doctors? It would be my pleasure.
Is asking a question how to enroll himself in a Hindi group. It's so easy. You post.
Dr. Mehlika, Shami.
Shami is
Yeah,
there.
unmuting you. Shamim. Yeah, Dr. Shamim Mehlika.
The great organizer of.
Yes.
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, बताइए. नागपुर सेमिनार के बाद अपन बहुत दूर हो गए, लेकिन दिल से बहुत पास है अपन.
वो हमेशा ही है मैम.
बिल्कुल.
अभी भी पास ही है.
बिल्कुल. Yes.
First of all, my hearty homage to Dr. Hamer and congratulate to this Hyderabad chapter to start this webinar on this auspicious day.
Thank you. GNM India.
Good initiative. Yeah, this is really good initiative. And the day chosen, 85th birthday celebration we are having of Dr. Hamer, who has gifted a divine science of GNM to the humanity. And we really salute him. And best wishes to continue such webinars in future with the proper planning and everything. Definitely we all are there with you. And congratulations for such a good initiative. Thank you.
Send your
Definitely, Dr.
suggestions.
Shami. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mehalika.
Yes, yes, please.
Shami.
Dr. Varghese, you were talking something, please.
No, it's I was expressing my gladness by seeing so many of my friends in this group, and I request all of you, if anybody has not enrolled as GNM India members, to be a member. And if anybody has not started viewing the videos which are being uploaded in the YouTube channel GNM India, to watch, share, and to subscribe.
Yes.
And I confess that this was not at all an organized, as I have already told, organized one, taking sufficient time and inviting and making the participants to a large number, like 500 or so. It was a very suddenly organized one.
Yes.
The initiative taken by Dr. Gayathri Devi, and in spite of all this suddenness in organizing about 60, no? 60 plus
But we should
participants.
appreciate really. We should really
Dr.
appreciate. I see 70 odd people over here who is with us, Dr. Varghese ji, within a short
Okay.
notice of 2 hours. So see, if we do it very organizedly, we would
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
make a other mark of
We will-
GNM webinar.
We will plan about the topics, learn about
Definitely, I will
the
do it.
modus operandi, how to select the timing, how to give the information, not only to the members of GNM India, some outsiders, so that they can also start learning GNM in a fruitful manner.
Yes. Archana. Archana.
Hello, ma'am.
Archana. Yes, how are you?
Archana is there.
Fine,
Say
ma'am.
something.
I don't know what to say. Very nice to see everybody in Zoom meet, ma'am.
Yeah, but you're not in video. I'm not seeing you. Mentally, we are connected, but a physical presence is also needed.
No, ma'am. Internet is very slow. That's why I disconnected my video, ma'am.
Okay, add some point to our session today, Archana.
When she
Because
puts
of
You
her
this,
have been
time-
wonderful. You have been wonderful doing all that in our WhatsApp groups, which I honestly can't do so much. Please, Archana.
ma'am,
Tell.
because of this lockdown and because of this coronavirus, everybody is very much disturbed, ma'am, because we are all the time with the family members doing all service to them, and we are not able to find time for ourselves separately. To
Oh.
say very frankly, with the two small kids in my hand. So I was
Okay.
not able to be very active for the past 2 months, ma'am. I thought, okay, let me start it from the birthday of animal at least. So we
Okay.
have to read the 5 biological laws thoroughly, ma'am. That is the one and only thing we have to
Yes.
say to every member in the group, ma'am. Because only by understanding the 5 biological laws, we can get the grip of the science, and from there only we can proceed, ma'am. Only if
Yes.
we know it very thoroughly, we can tell to the other people, and we can convey the message correctly. Somebody asked that how to lift a person from fear. If we are convinced and we are able to convince and give hope to the person, only we can lift them from fear, ma'am. That is the only
Exactly.
thing as of now we can say for the because of this lockdown. I'm saying this, ma'am.
No, never it is late, Archana. You are doing a tremendous work. In fact,
let me take 1 minute,
yeah,
Gayatri, because
definitely.
I want to give you a surprise news that just as Gayatri Devi did a translation into Hindi, our admin of GNM India, Dr. Archana from Chennai, made a translation of the life history of Hamer in Tamil, and that is being forwarded to Caroline with a request to include it in her website. So
Oh,
I
wonderful.
apologize. I didn't get time to make this known to the members of GNM India due to personal lack
It's
of
always
time.
a welcoming part.
And I congratulate in the name of all of you, Dr. Archana, who is doing a tremendous work in spite of her personal inconveniences, you know. she's having a very small kid, and she's having a lot of
not only Archana, Dr. Varghese, on behalf of Dr. Carolyn, I would request all the doctors to do some translation with which their own people who speak their own language can get more connected to GNM. It is let it be Malayalam, let it be Bhojpuri, let it be anything. Please do take initiation. It's not only Gayathri has done some Hindi translation. India is a huge country with many languages. So whoever is convenient in their mother tongue, please translate it to educate your own people. Okay. With this, I hope to see you back all. Shall we again plan and webinar in a more organized way? And will you all participate again? Yes.
Surely, we may not be able to organize seminars of the type that we had in Hyderabad or Nagpur shortly, and therefore
we will definitely have it
immediately. Therefore, until that time, we cannot remain muted.
Yes. So I have unmuted. Yes. I'm unmuting all. Shall we conduct an webinar in a more organized manner, and would you all participate? You just unmute yourself and speak. Doctors?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Definitely.
Okay.
We will see that more participants will come to our
Yes, today there are 70 plus
members,
participants.
Students. Yeah, somebody was asking about students. So surely this is mainly for the youngsters, and they are going to. And, very happy to see.
I think
Ayush.
I think Dr. Shashikala and Dr. Ayush is also. Ayush,
Dr.
do you want to speak something?
I am not a doctor.
No problem.
Learning along with you. I think we can organize weekly events, half an hour or 1 hour long, not too long, not too lengthy, and subject-wise or topic-wise, we can all of us can come with some study.
Common question.
So I'll do one thing, Ayush. For the next webinar, it will be more organized, and I'll be circulating the organ which we are going to concentrate with this discussion along with Varghese, and we will do it in more planned way. Thank you. Yes, Shashikala wants to speak something. Shashikala wants to speak something.
Oh my God.
Really great.
One second, Dr. Shashikala is speaking. Yeah.
I'm really grateful to you and to Dr. Varghese and all the members. Very happy to see you all in webinar. And I wish, ma'am, you
पापा को कथक दिखा दे तब तक
things once at least
मैं पता नहीं क्या वीडियो भेजने वाली हूँ परसों सर को.
Okay, definitely we will do it, doctors, with your support, as you are all supporting us.
एक सेकंड रुक जाओ, बस खत्म हो रहा है, 2 मिनट रुक जाओ.
To them all.
पीछे चले जाओ.
With this, I thank you all for participating in this wonderful session.
Please.
And I again apologize that I did not intimate you all on time, but this being the auspicious day I have initiated. Okay, so I thank one and all on webinar and bearing me.
Thank you.
Bye bye to all.
Thank you,
sir. Goodbye.
GNM.
Thank you, ma'am.
GNM India.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Gayathri ma'am.
Thank you, sir, Varghese sir, and Dr.
Welcome.
Satyanarayana Buttada sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Welcome.